Hey guys, this is Stratus Gaming here. Welcome back to another Let's Play. Welcome back to a returning Let's Play series. Yep, you can tell by the title. I'm continuing this series once again while I'm basically restarting it. Welcome everybody to Let's Play NASCAR 07. It's not the career mode, it's the season mode like I did back 5 years ago, which, if you're wondering what happened and why I didn't continue that series, I don't have a PlayStation 3, so I wasn't able to do it. Right after that, when I uploaded that video, my PlayStation 3, not going to get into the details about what happened, but I don't have the PS3 anymore. However, I do have something different, which I will show on screen. I actually have a PlayStation 2, as you can see, which it's the fat one. It has 2 memory cards in it. I also have the AV to HDMI, which is pretty cool. So I'm able to make videos on this now. Now I got this PS2. I could lie and say I got it for Christmas, but no, I got it October 31st of 2025. Got it Halloween, which was hilarious. So as everyone was trick-or-treating, I was over here playing games. But yeah, I was, for like literally the last couple of months, I've been playing nothing but NASCAR. I do have a couple of games right next to me that are not NASCAR. I did actually pick up a new game, which I did pick up another NASCAR game, and it's NASCAR 2001. I don't know if I'll be doing videos on that very soon, but I do want to get like the PS1 games so I can. But for now, we're gonna continue, or I should say restart NASCAR 07 because I don't have the original save file anymore. I could just remake the car and then do that, but the points are gonna be off, and it's just too much work, honestly, to do that. So yeah, we're back playing NASCAR 07 once again, and it's going to be fun. So what we're going to be doing for this is, for each of the parts, we're going to be doing 5 races. There's 35 in there, so there's 1, 2, 3, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 35. So it's about 7 parts for this, which is alright, but what I'm going to do is, since there's going to be, I wasn't talking during these, I was actually listening to music on my couch while playing these, I'm going to add some live commentary for them, as well as like a game center in the background. And yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be showing like the race we're going to be going to, qualifying, and then the race itself. Yeah, so without further ado, hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to like, subscribe for more parts. Even though I'm just going to be uploading parts because I don't care about the subscribers. It's not true, honestly, I kind of do, but without further ado, let us finally get started into this long-awaited Let's Play. Or season mode, whatever it is, honestly. So, first race is at Daytona for the Hershey-Kispel 300. Which, this is a cool track. I mean, every NASCAR game, Daytona is always a fun track to go to. But here's some qualifying. I did remake the car as best as I can, as you can see. It's still like Old Spice MB&A. Now, this game I'm not really used to. As you can see, I brushed the wall there because I'm not used to the turning, where NASCAR 6, you don't really need to like hit the left stick or the D-pad really hard to turn. This one you kind of have to hit it really hard so that way it turns. I don't even know why I'm doing the finger stuff because my webcam's not on for these, but yeah, glad to be doing these again. It was actually very, very fun. And now it's in HD quality. It's not on my shitty tablet, which I still have, but at least it's not on there, and it's pretty much pretty good quality, I would say, honestly. I mean, it's not full HD, like 1440p, but yeah. It's also not full screen, as you can see, because there's like a black outline like on the top, bottom, and on the sides, which I could fix, but then again, it might fuck up the whole screen, so that's fine. But yeah, as you can see, Daytona was pretty good. Now there's not really much to talk about with the qualifying exactly, because, well, this is just, you know, it's all the same stuff as before, which, so yeah, this was the first lap. This car was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty slow, honestly, but for Daytona, what do you expect from a car that has a restrictor plate, which, yeah, now as you can see right there, the car is a little loose, but a loose car is usually fast, and yeah, this game I do have manual shifting on. I also have auto brake off. This is one of the only NASCAR games where I'm able to use auto brake, that in NASCAR 6. I don't know why the other games, but as you can see, I'm turning that on. Daytona, you really don't need to brake because, well, and apparently I have insufficient disk space. I don't know why exactly, but, okay, well, means I need to kind of delete some stuff, but yeah, as you can see right here, I get second. I don't get pole, which is hilarious. We don't get our first pole of the season, but you know what? It's fine. And then I exit. Time for the race. We'll see what happens. So yeah, the race We're starting second. I actually didn't see that. I thought I qualified first, but I guess I didn't do that. I don't know. But Casey Mears. Casey Mears is actually here, and I'm gonna try to get him a win later in the season. But and Kenseth last, which is sad. And here we go on our first race of the Busch Series, and look at that, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 Oreo cars right here, which I have a die cast of because that car is so cool. Well, actually, I have the die cast 2004. But, yeah, 4 laps Daytona, which is pretty cool, honestly. We didn't have any cautions in this race, which sucks. California, we actually did have a caution. Why am I spoiling this already? But, yeah, as you can see, there goes Dale Earnhardt Jr. Like, he just took off. Like, as you can see, the car got loose there. I was actually thinking about wrecking, but no. And then Johnson passed, which I had no idea Johnson was even in the Busch Series. Kurt Busch ends up passing, Tony Stewart doesn't, and then there's Brian Vickers, who... I forgot Brian Vickers even drove that 57. Because I didn't watch the Busch Series back then, until like 2008, 2009 when it was the nationwide. But, yeah, the car was pretty tight there. Get into the 57 of Brian Vickers. And then here's why I'm sure drafting. A lot of people I noticed do not share draft in the old EA Sports games. I do, because it gives you friendships, and if you ever need your lap back, well, there you go. It's easy. And then there I go, hitting into the wall because I was trying to draft with Johnson, and the car got tight, and then I slammed into the wall. For this portion of the race, I couldn't catch up to these guys because, well, they were fast. They were really fast, and it took nearly half the lap for me to even get to this position, which is a lot. Yeah. So yeah, there was not really much talk about this race. There's Tony Stewart trying to go around, but he really can't do much. And then here's where I kind of got up to speed. As you can see, I was able to catch these guys. And this is where I went from being really slow to just being extremely fast. Like, look at that. Just catching up to Earnhardt right there, making him a little bit of an ally. I mean, no, not too much, I guess. And yeah, look at that. We caught up to them pretty much. That high side is not really the best area to drive on because, well, you're going to be losing time and positions. And then here we go. Here's a slingshot. Slingshot of the moment right here. 3 wide. Kurt Busch, myself, and Jimmy Johnson. I'm playing as Casey Inverness, who's one of my NASCAR Fantasy Series drivers. Watch my live streams if you want to see that. But as you can see, the car gets starting to suck right here. Like, it gets tight, and sometimes it overturns, like, you know, where it turns, but it doesn't too much. And then I get into Kurt Busch right there because I had no idea who was actually coming behind me at all. That white flag is out. Yep, you didn't hear that. White flag is out, which, not much, honestly. There wasn't really much to talk about. When I was listening to music, I was like, oh, this has to fucking end, please. But yeah, this is when I was shitting my pants, because I was a little worried that, hey, I might actually not win this, because the AI in this game, unlike NASCAR 6, is a bit hard. Like, I'm playing on rookie difficulty, and the AI is pretty goddamn hard. But you know what? It's alright, honestly. Like, it's not nearly as bad as NASCAR 2005 or NASCAR Thunder 2004's AI. NASCAR Thunder 2004's AI on rookie was really hard. But yeah, off turn 4, as you can see, we're holding up Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch right here almost has it. But yeah, we get our first win in the first season, which is pretty cool. As you can see, I don't know if I made it exactly the same as the other car, but you know what? I did get most of the sponsors right. The only thing I did change, one of the sponsors, the sponsor on the bottom left and right, I changed to Kroger instead of MB&A because I wanted something different. But yeah, that was it pretty much for this race, for Daytona. As you can see, pretty good top 10. J.G. Ailey 8th. Ugh, disgusting. But anyways, on to California next. So here we go for the Stater Burst 300 at California, which is an interesting track. It's a night version. I don't know if there's even a day version. I know there is a day version, but I don't think the Busch Series goes to the day version. I don't know exactly, but yeah, this right after this track, this is where I started getting used to the controls again for NASCAR 07, which, yeah, not much really to talk about. It's just qualifying again with voiceovers. Because I was listening to music. Let's see, for Daytona, I was listening to Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwood. This one I was listening to... Let's see, I was listening to AC/DC's song. Fuck, I don't remember what the hell it was called exactly. You Shook Me All Night Long, god damn it. Couldn't think of that. And then race number 3, I was listening to Chicken George, which is from Criterion Games, which is from Burnout 1. Race 4, I was listening to The Man, which is a song made by Chris Venya and Paul something, I don't remember his name, but it's from Need for Speed Most Wanted. And then the last song, or last race I did for today, I was listening to Revolving Cocks by Mr. Lucky. Yes, that's actually a song. Look it up on YouTube. But anyways, as you can see, the qualifying was pretty good. It wasn't really, as you can see, like right there, like it wasn't wanting to get pole. Fortunately, we don't get pole in this race, we get 5th, but yeah, we're starting in the top 5 in here, which is very scary, but yeah, it's not really much to talk about exactly, just that. Casey is the 21st, which kind of annoys me, but yeah, on to the second race at California. Me and Greg Biffle, starring in the front row with Casey Furnace and Greg Biffle. I like how in the Oreo Cup Series and the NASCAR Fan Series, Casey and Furnace and Casey Mears are usually next to each other in the Oreo Cup Series, but in the Busch Series, well, Casey and Furnace and Casey Mears are not in the Busch Series in NFS, so. As you can see, I did lose the lead to Ryan Newman, who's in that purple Alltel car, and then Greg Biffle right here, which I ended up taking an illegal pass. If this was real NASCAR, I would have been penalized for that, because you're not allowed to go off the track. Also, it's 5 in the morning, by the way. I haven't gotten any sleep, and I've been awake for nearly 18 hours now. Mainly because I'm waiting for a certain someone to get online currently, but yeah, it's what you expect, honestly. I have to step away because I have to get my phone, but yeah, it's not really much to talk about. It's just looking at a guy driving around the track, leading a bunch of laps, all that. As you can see right there, Kyle Busch is catching, which, pretty scary for a guy who literally wrecks into other people, but, you know, it's just alright, I guess. I wish Connor was awake right now, because I would love to do live commentary with him, although he wouldn't really be able to see this stuff, though. Just called him. Yeah, as you can see right there, get off the track because the car is very loose. Very, very loose. California seems to be like one of the tracks where the car is just built to be very loose. Oh shit, Connor is awake. Just call him because I thought he might be awake, but yeah, he messaged me. Yeah. I'm gonna just say that I'm doing live commentary because there's nothing else to do. Hey bro, I'm currently doing a voiceover for my next video that I'm making, but we can do a Discord call after I get done with this 5-part thing. Yeah, I guess after this video I'm probably gonna go to sleep. Like I said, I've been awake since 1 p.m. and it's 5 a.m. like 17, 16 hours, but yeah, lap 4 and 6, there's not much really going on. It's just Kyle Busch is catching up though, which is pretty scary. But yeah, Casey and versus Kyle Busch, who's gonna win exactly? And then we have a yellow flag, which yeah, first caution of the whole season. And yeah, it's Casey Mears. Go figure. He gets dumped by Kenny Wallace, which pisses me off. Like, I was actually listening to music, and I was triggered because of that. But yeah, Casey Mears just gets murdered by Kenny Wallace because Kenny Wallace, well actually I don't know if that was Kenny Wallace's fault. Maybe Casey Mears tried to get into a hole and he thought it wasn't there, but that makes me a little upset. But yeah, not much, honestly. I've been awake since 1 p.m. and it's 5 a.m. for me, and I'm doing a voiceover right now. Not necessarily that tired, I just don't really know what to do right now. Maybe if Connor does want to play Minecraft later, after I get done with this edit, maybe I'll play some Xbox with him, I don't know. But, yeah, restart, as you can see, was just Kyle Busch tried. Kyle Busch really tried to do that, but we have a much faster car. Now right here is where the car kind of gets tight, loose. Footloose! Footloose! This video has been copyright claimed! Footloose! Footloose! I'm stopping right there. Anyways, white flag. Not really much there, I would say. It's just It's just not much. I mean, at this point, I'm starting to outrun the field. Well, except for one guy, and that'd be Kyle Busch. For some reason, Kyle Busch is just a tank. Which, yeah, makes sense, because Kyle Busch is a tank. Kurt Busch was here, he'd be wrecking you constantly, and that's not the best thing. But Kyle Busch is a literal machine. Rage against the machine, you stupid bitch! But yeah, off turn 4, and as you can see entering the trial, I win, which, very easy, honestly, but Paul Menard got 8th, Brian Vickers 9th, and Kenny Wallace, who intentionally murdered Casey Mears, got a top 10, so that was pretty much it for California. It was pretty fun. We did have a caution. Casey Mears ended up dying, which makes me sad, but anyways, on to race number 3, which is at Red Bull, so I'll see you guys in just a second. Here we are at Red Bull Raceway, which is one of my favorite tracks. Sorry I did not show the intro, like, where I show you the race and the sponsor, but yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks in the NASCAR EA Sports games. And I don't know why. In NASCAR 2005 and NASCAR 07 it's called Red Bull, in NASCAR 06 it's UPS, and then 08 and 09 I think it's Orchard Speedway, but yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks, and we basically get the pole on this track. I'm already spoiling it because this is one of my best tracks in the NASCAR series. Someone needs to make this into NASCAR Racing 2003. But enough about talking about that and how beautiful this track is and how great it is. Let's get on to the race, which we got pole because, yeah. This track was very, very short, and there were no cautions whatsoever, but yeah, and there's Connor in the Discord call. I could join him, but there's just going to be that in the background, and I don't feel like it. But yeah, me and Greg Biffle, once again, just like last race, I think. Yeah, last race in California. There's Jimmy Johnson, which we all remember Jimmy Johnson's horrible Busch campaign. Which, Black Flags Matter did do a video yeah, explaining NASCAR bust Jimmy Johnson Xfinity Series. But yeah, yeah, Red Bull Speedway, Red Bull Raceway. I love this track. Here we go again. I'm just going to keep saying it because I know a lot of people do not like Red Bull Raceway. I know, like, What If Racing didn't really like this track because it was very tight and it was not the best, but yeah. Also, you can see right there, the car starts to get tight. Like, this is not a custom setup I was using. I was using a setup that was supposed to be, like, good on acceleration, but it fucks up the car, makes it very tight. So, yeah. This was 8 laps, though. This is the longest race we had so far. I think Bristol might be the next longest race. Maybe the longest race, because it's 10 laps instead of 8. I don't know, but that might be the longest one of the season. However, as you can see, the cars start catching up. There's Greg Biffle going around the outside. There's Clint Boyer behind me in that awesome, beautiful AC car. Then here's me getting into Greg Biffle for no apparent reason. Right there, yeah, getting back into him once again. He's going to kill me. Greg Biffle is going to kill me from the grave because he's already dead. Jesus. That's awful. As you can see, I'm trying to draft with Greg Biffle to no longer make him a logo rival, because if he's a logo rival, he'll basically hit you constantly. Which you'll soon see later on in this video, I guess. Yeah, right there, the car didn't want to turn at all, so it was like, nope. Yeah, there it is right there, and then here's me intimidating him, and you can see he's like Jamie McMurraying it. Yeah, there's me getting into a little bit of Johnson. Right there, Johnson has the inside, so it's not great, but yeah, off turn 4, it's just a drag race down to the bottom, gets loose, and there we go, we won our next race. 3 in a row. Does anyone actually have anything for me? No? I don't know, but yeah, Kevin Harvick, that was first race, got a top 10. Boris said 9th. And look at that, Justin Smith, a fantasy driver, gets a top 5 or top 10. Anyways, moving on to Las Vegas. So here we are at Las Vegas, for the Samsung 300. This was a very fun race, actually. Sadly, I didn't win this race, and I don't remember getting pole. I don't remember if I did, but I didn't win this race. This was like the first race we lost. However, it was actually not my fault. I decided to let someone else win. Which you'll soon see later on, but Yeah, it wasn't Casey Mears, so I know Connor's gonna be like, it's Casey Mears that won, isn't it? No, it wasn't. I don't know where the hell Casey Mears even started, but yeah, Las Vegas is one of my favorite tracks in the NASCAR stuff. It's very fun. And that's me joining a call because, you know. Yeah, turn 1, or lap 1. Why am I saying turn 1? I don't really like the ticker that shows you, like, pole and where you're going to be qualifying. I'd rather do, like, the old, like, NASCAR Thunder 2004, Thunder 2003, and NASCAR 2005 Chase with the Cup, where it doesn't show you that pole, like, the position area, like the position marker. Because I don't like that. I wish it can keep a secret, which, that's why the old NASCAR games did it much better, but... turn 4, we don't get pole. We basically get 9th, which is just really bad. I'm only qualifying once. I'm only doing, like, 1 lap. Except for Atlanta. Atlanta, I actually do 2 laps, but... yeah, not much really to say about this, though. It's just... Las Vegas, though. Sin City. Yay, but... I don't know. I missed Casey. I was looking at my phone, but... yeah, me and Matt Kenseth on the front row. I think that's Matt Kenseth. It could be Mark Martin, but I don't remember Mark Martin being in the 17 in the Busch series, so... but yeah, Elliott Sadler, though. Here's the thing, Kamikaze Games is right. If Elliott Sadler kept driving like this, like being aggressive and just passing Hill cleanly, he would have won more races in the Busch series. Maybe even more in the Cup series. I don't know, because his last one was like 2005? 2004? I don't remember. But... yeah, as you can see, the car is just, it's kind of tight, but there's Elliott Sadler being very, very aggressive and just, oh, and then right there I accidentally get into him because he turns to the right, I turn to the left, and that causes a huge problem. And here's Brian Vickers right here, just almost getting into me, which, very fun. Here's me trying to share draft Elliott Sadler because I'm trying to make him no longer be an enemy, and yeah, it works pretty well as I almost puke. But, yeah, it's not really much to say. It's just, what the fuck is there to do exactly? Then commentate this. There were no cautions in this race. I don't think there was. No, I don't think there was a single caution. Oh, no, there was, I think. I don't remember. And then Brian Vickers ends up going past me, and then I just decide, you know what? I'm going to make Brian Vickers an ally because I like Brian Vickers. He's one of my favorite drivers in NASCAR. Well, back then I didn't care about Brian Vickers. I didn't care about Brian Vickers until I watched Kamikaze Games video, where then I cared about Brian Vickers. And then right there I hit the wall, because, yeah, it's interesting that they would do that, but... yeah, then I have 2 allies. I have Brian Vickers and Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler I don't have as an ally for much longer, though, so you'll see why. Yeah, that 4 of 8. Not much, honestly. There's a guy in pit road. I didn't check who was actually in pit road. Maybe in the footage you'll see, but I don't know. I didn't see it, but... yeah, we have a super mega ally of Brian Vickers now, which is pretty cool. Yeah. This was Brian Vickers' last season in Hendrick Motorsports. In both the Busch Series and Cup. Because next season he'll be going to Red Bull Racing in the Cup Series. And Busch he never went into, if I remember correctly. So... yeah. It's pretty cool, honestly. I think. I don't remember, but... I know for a Cup Series it's true, but... yeah, here's Elliott Sadler right here. And then the car, by the way, doesn't want to turn to the left, and then or to the right, and then I get into Elliott Sadler, and he basically takes one of the worst hits I've seen so far. Like, literally, if that was real life, the fuel cell probably would have, like, caused a small fire, which... that's not a safer barrier, too, so, yeah, he's... yeah, that safer barrier was there. That would have prevented probably an injury? I don't know. What am I thinking? This is the 1960s? No, it's not. I'm sorry. But, the pace car is sad because it knows that this is going to be the end of the race, but... yeah, it's a green, white checkered. So... of course I have a bad start, again. However, this time I actually don't lose any positions, except for Elliott Sadler. Well, I do... yeah, I almost lost a position. I did lose... well, actually, no, I don't. I didn't lose a single position, so... I go straight around here, and then I decide, you know what? I'm going to let Brian Vickers win, so... just stop the field. This is what I'm doing. I'm literally just stopping the field because I want Vickers to win. And the game tries. The game tries to make sure I cannot let Brian Vickers win a race. Because literally they're trying to make sure that Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart, and Elliott Sadler can go around. And yeah, yeah, pretty much the rest is history because Brian Vickers starts pulling away, and yeah, I just let Brian Vickers try to win. And as you can see, a game is not letting me try to do it, and then I hit the wall right there, the exposed wall, the exposed saber bearer wall, which is great, but yeah, here's me just blocking Matt Kenseth. If this is real life, Matt Kenseth would have probably gave me the finger and confronted me on pit road, but yeah, white flag's out. Vickers is way out in the lead because I'm blocking traffic, because I know if I didn't block traffic, he wouldn't be in first for that long. Yeah, then I get into Matt Kenseth, as you can see, and that slows the field down. And then here I go, full throttle to catch back up to my best friend, Brian Vickers. Which I was thinking about passing him at the last second, but I was like, you know what, no, I'm just going to give him a win, because I don't think Brian Vickers has a single Busch win. Actually, he does in 2003, if I remember. But I don't know. Does he? I don't remember. But off turn, there we go. I gave Brian Vickers a win because I'm a nice person. And if Casey Mears was up here, I would be giving him a win, but Han's good in good hands. Yeah, good hands ends up getting 7th. Anyways, moving on to the next race, which is at Atlanta, will be the final one for today. So without further ado, let's get into the final race, which is at Atlanta. So race number 5 is at Atlanta for the Nicorette 300, not the really bad word. And qualifying is pretty much relatively the same. Now this track, though, I did 2 laps. I don't know why I did 2 laps, honestly, because I thought I would get a better time. It was a bad idea. It was a bad idea doing 2 laps. Now, this is one of the tracks, just like Lowe's, Dover, and then there's another track that I don't remember. There's an apron glitch that can happen, where if you hit the apron, the car like turns into a fidget spinner, which you've seen me do a couple of times before in. You've seen me do it a couple of times before in the old Let's Play on season mode. So, yeah, not much to really talk about. It's just me qualifying. We've only gotten 1 pole this season so far. I don't remember. I don't think Atlanta we got a pole. I don't remember. We'll see exactly, but. Excuse me. I'm a boat. I'm a tugboat. I'm the WWE or WCW wrestler known as tugboat. No, I do get pole, or no, I get second because the game screws me over again. And then I do a second lap for some reason, and yeah, it's hilarious. I literally think I get pole, and it's actually second place, which I didn't see that when I was listening to music, but. Ow, my ear. And then there's the fidget spinner right there, the apron glitch, which is fucking homosexual. Alright. Oh shit, just silent my phone. That's okay. Anyways, time for the race, so. Yeah, starting second because the game robbed me. Actually, we got first, as you can see. Actually, no, it said second, but I don't know why it starts this. Now, Kurt Busch is here. And you'll find out later that me and Kurt Busch are going to hate each other. Well, Casey and Furnace is going to hate him. Now, as you can see, we did lose like 3 positions. We almost lost the 4th to Dale Earnhardt Jr., but it wasn't enough to make a huge difference. Ow, my ear hurts. Yeah. It's not really much to really go home and sneeze about, but anyway, I'm basically setting my sights on Kurt Busch. And here's pretty much the reason why I decided to be enemies with Kurt Busch. Because he's a pampered little shit from Las Vegas. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to intimidate him and make him very, very angry. Which it works, because he tries to retaliate a couple of times in this race. Now, this race did not have any cautions, which, yeah, it should have had at least a couple, but at the end, if this was like a real NASCAR race, like on the white flag, we would have had a caution for the end. You'll see later on, but yeah, as you can see, I made him a super rival, and right there he gets loose, and he just completely slows the entire field because of that. And for the next, what, 3 or 4 laps, or 5 laps, I don't know, it's 3 or 4, I'm pretty much out in the lead. And then you can see the car getting very loose, which, yeah, I'm not really used to this game yet. Ow, I just fucking hit my beard and that hurt like hell, so. And there's a duck fart for you guys, enjoy. Oh, yeah, it's not much, I'd say. Oof, alright. So I'm supposed to go see my grandma on Monday, but she's at a retirement home, and the retirement home is not allowing any TVs, internet, or Wi-Fi, which is fucking ridiculous. Not even any phones or iPads, which is so stupid. Like, what kind of retirement home doesn't allow Wi-Fi, internet, phone, tablets, iPads, TVs, and all that? Like, what the fuck? That's so dumb. Unless, of course, I just smuggle one in, but then again, I could get arrested for it, so. But it's worth it just to show my grandma these NASCAR videos, including this one, possibly. But I've been wanting to show her those NASCAR videos for a while now. Now, here's me forgetting that the apron glitch exists in NASCAR 07. Like an idiot, because I didn't realize, because I keep forgetting that the apron glitch exists in NASCAR 08. At least NASCAR 08 and 09, oh, actually, why did I say 08? 07. At least NASCAR 09 and 08, the apron glitch isn't a thing anymore. However, the car can, like, weight shift, and the fucking thing can, like, do wheelies. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go see What If Racing the Let's Play, where a couple of the races he was able to, like, do, or actually it was, like, Kamikaze Games, where he was able to do a couple of weight shifts. Right here, the car starts getting bad, as you can see, like, the car starts losing speed, and at this point, my 2.5 second lead has pretty much been cut in half. Like, literally, I lost all that time. And then here comes Kurt Busch, which Kurt Busch at this point is looking to retaliate because of what I was doing to him earlier, but yeah, here he comes, basically, final lap. Right there, it looked like he was going to try to pass, but he's like, no, and then I put the block on him. And then right here's where I lost it, and here's what Kurt Busch does once again. Why do you think that's a good idea, to try to hit someone who is literally in the lead? And then Tony Stewart's right here, and then right there, car gets loose, and I just barely won against Stewart. Or as my mother calls him, Fat Stewart, because my mother does not like it. But look at that! Aaron Crocker, third. The bitch got third, and Boston Finley continues his top 10 streak. And Brian Vickers gets 6. Pretty cool. But yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the first part of this playthrough. Make sure to like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video with the next 5 races. Take care, and Godspeed.